Sorry for that break in transmission. Let's get right back into the news this evening. The federal government has moved to deepen its partnership with Singapore on technical and vocational education and training, with plans to introduce a 2-year diploma in artificial intelligence applications across Nigerian institutions. This is according to a statement shared on X by the Minister of Education, Dr. ConsumerHalla. The development follows the minister's visit to Singapore last year and marks the next phase of bilateral collaboration aimed at strengthening Nigeria's formal TVET system. According to Dr. Alausa, he recently received Singapore's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Lim Sin Seng, in Abuja to advance discussions on implementing the agreed areas of cooperation. He disclosed that under the partnership, Singapore's Institute of Technical Education Services will support both countries on the development and rollout of a 2-year technical diploma in AI applications across Nigeria's institutions. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has said that about 99% of depositors in Nigeria banks are fully covered under its enhanced deposit insurance scheme, assuring the public of the safety of their funds. The Managing Director/Chief Executive of NDIC, Mr. Thompson, Sunday disclosed this on Wednesday at the NDIC Special Day at the 47th Kaduna International Trade Fair. The trade fair, organized by the Kaduna Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, as its theme from reforms to result, economic transformation through sustained local content development, represented by Assistant Director of Communications and Public Affairs Department, Regina Dinlung. Sunday said the theme aligned with ongoing reforms in the financial sector aimed at delivering tangible benefits to Nigerians. Moving on now, Nigeria's crude oil production rose to 1.459 million barrels per day in January of 2026 this year, reinforcing its position as Africa's largest oil producer, despite falling short of its Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries quota, OPEC. The figures were disclosed in OPEC's latest monthly oil market report released on Wednesday. The latest data highlights modest month-on-month growth in output, but underscores Nigeria's continued struggle to meet its assigned production ceiling. The increase signals gradual recovery in output levels, even as structural and operational challenges persist in the oil sector. While Nigeria retained its top ranking on the continent, it has now recorded 6 consecutive months below its OPEC quota. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has dismissed media reports claiming that the federal government directed it to suspend enforcement of the ban on sachet alcohol and alcoholic beverages packaged in PET bottles below 200 ml. In a statement issued by its Director General/CEO, Prof. Mojisola Adeyeye, the agency described the report as false, misleading, and not reflective of any official communication from the federal government. Prof. Adeyeye stated that the agency operates strictly within its statutory mandate and in line with formally communicated federal government policies. Another news story this evening, the National Identity Management Commission has announced that it will commence nationwide ward-level enrollment for the National Identification Number on Friday, 16/2026. The Commission disclosed this in a statement signed by its Head of Communications, Kayode Adegoke, which was released on Wednesday. According to NIMC, the move follows a presidential directive mandating it to take NIN registration to the grassroots. Across the country, the exercise is aimed at ensuring the comprehensive registration of every Nigerian citizen and legal resident, including children and adults, into the National Identity Database. NIMC said the ward-level enrollment will be conducted free of charge, adding that the initiative aligns with the federal government's drive to deepen identity inclusion, promote inclusive governance, and expand access to public services. Now, the federal government's ambitious plan to provide stable electricity to federal universities and tertiary hospitals has suffered a major setback following the non-release of funds allocated in the 2025 budget, according to newsmen. Although over 300 billion naira was earmarked in the 2025 Appropriation Act for the special energy intervention, as no funds have been released, resulting in zero implementation progress on the project announced last year. Confirming the development, the special advisor on media to the Minister of Power, ConsumerHalla, said the initiative had stalled due to the absence of budgetary releases. When asked about the status of the proposed special energy project for teaching hospitals and universities, Trudy said zero funding have been released for the 2025 budget for the project, so there's been no progress on the project. Meanwhile, the intervention was conceived to address persistent power shortages in critical public institutions, particularly teaching hospitals and universities, many of which depend heavily on diesel generators to sustain operations. Lastly, this evening, Ikeja Electric PLC has issued a public notice informing its customers that electricity bills issued without valid identification details will be considered invalid in line with the provision of the Nigerian Tax Act. The Electricity Distribution Company disclosed that the directive takes effect from January 1, 2026, when the Nigeria Tax Act officially came into force. Under the law, all invoices, including electricity bills, are required to carry at least one approved form of customer identification in a public notice made available to correspondents. Ikeja Electric stated that the acceptable identification details required on electricity bills include a tax identification number, Corporate Affairs Commission registration number, or the National Identification Number. The company said the requirement is necessary to enable compliance with the statutory provisions of the Act and to ensure the customer information is accurately reflected on electricity bills beginning from January 2026 and subsequent billing cycles. All right, thank you so much for listening to the news at 4 on ConsumerHallaTV. To see us once again, please follow us across all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube, all at ConsumerHallaTV. I am Kikelomo at Jibola.
It's a beautiful and bright morning. Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on another beautiful edition of Consumer Watchdog. Consumer Watchdog is where we dissect and inform consumer rights protection and safety. Today we'll be looking at something vital and important. We'll be talking about the FCCPC new regulations on money lenders. And the FCCPC has begun enforcing the digital, electronic, online, and non-traditional consumer lending regulations for 2025, delisting the digital money lending operators that failed to regularize the status by the 5th of January 2026 deadline. The Chief Executive Officer, Tunji Bello, confirmed the withdrawal of conditional approval for non-complaint lenders to enhance the market integrity. An emphasis was placed that the compliance deadline was the 5th of January 2026, making the end of the transition. Experts say the measure's aim is to uphold regulatory standard, curb harassment, and prevent data breaches in the digital lending sector. And now the FCCPC is conducting a phased, rigorous enforcement process with further sanctions possible for continued non-compliance. And meanwhile as well, the Commission has urged consumers to only engage with approved digital lenders and report any illegal or harassing activities. And joining me on the conversation for better understanding on this critical situation, we have Barrister Emmanuel Inyada. But let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHallaTV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free, ConsumerHallaTV. Fell victim.
Some of them are predatory lenders, and the truth is that many of them operate without licenses in quotes. So, but the FCPC's role as a consumer protection or watchdog in regulating these people is a welcome development. So, with the DION regulations, which is the digital, electronic, online, and the non-traditional lenders regulations, is more or less a regulation to control them, to curb predatory lending practices from lenders, to protect the consumers now, those who take loans from these companies, and to also provide a redress mechanism for them to lay complaints and also impose its penalties. So it provides for registration. So everyone in the space, in the lending space, they have to register with the FCPC. And after that is done, they also have to comply with the provisions of the regulations as it deals with the interest rate, for instance. It must not be excessive. That is one. Another thing is that they have to also ensure that they handle data properly. So the fact that you have access to my data does not mean that you now start contacting third parties, especially in cases of recovery. And of course, also to prevent harassment. So that's what generally the regulation is about to
all right, I'm happy about these regulations, but now let's move more into the conversation. When you were making your analysis earlier on, you made mention of license or something like licenses. Do you think it's ideal for anyone to venture into the market without having license or licenses?
Well, it's not ideal, because in Nigeria it's also very regulated, especially when you are operating in the lending space. We have the CBN, who regulate banks and other financial institutions. But what we usually have when it deals with, when we talk of money lending, is that there is a category of license called the money lender's license, and it's usually granted by states. So many of these people get this license and of course, they get it from the state government, and they start operating without taking other steps to comply with regards to protection of user data, And many of these tech companies as well, because due to, of course, we are in the age of technology, everything we do with our phone, the internet and all. So they take advantage of the internet, they build software applications, get the money lending license. And they more or less build for the technology, for the purpose of technology and getting money, not necessarily to comply with regulation. So it's not ideal, but it's a regulated space. So if they don't have a license, it means that they're actually violating the law. But the role of the FCCPC now, by passing this regulation, as a consumer protection watchdog, what they did is to make sure that predatory lending practices are curbed with this regulation. So that's the...
Now let's get into the conversation better, because for me, I think a lot of consumers are still not clarified about this new regulation, so they need clarity, they need more awareness about this. I think it's high time we understand the regulatory framework about this new development, and what are the key provisions of the digital, electronic and online and non-traditional consumer lending regulations 2025, and how do these regulations protect consumers aside from the fact of harassment?
Okay, so the regulations was passed last year, I think sometime in July, 21st of July 2025, and the key provisions includes, of course, the general purpose of that regulation is to protect consumers and also provide a regulatory framework for digital lenders to, or should I say lending institutions generally, to carry out their business practice in a responsible way. So the first thing is that it made for mandatory registration. So all digital lenders. So the regulation basically creates a broad scope of who are digital lenders. So it covers both regulated institutions, banks, and microfinance banks, so all down to even individuals. Like, so if you're an individual and you have a money lending license, you are more or less, by reason of the regulation, a lender under that regulation. So that's one. So they have to register, and failure to register means that they are operating illegally in Nigeria. So that's number one. The second is that it created a system of transparency. So more or less the way they handle user data, and user information, and also the interest rates. They have to very, very clearly state what those things are. So interest rates, for instance, one of the reasons why people are not able to pay back their loans is that you are, for instance, you are borrowing from them, and they tell you you have to pay 30% interest rate. And the next thing, the way they calculate it, it's unclear. They are saying 30% per week, whereas in your mind it's maybe 30% for the tenure of repayment. So they have to be very clear.
And coupled with the fact that if you are not meeting up with the deadline, the interest rates will be accumulating more and more.
And more and more. So those are some of the practices that this regulation is trying to curb. That you have to be very transparent, very clear, explaining to the simplest terms what this interest rate are and how do you calculate it. And even if you are doing it, it must not be too high. It must not be so high that it's unconscionable and unfair, because you borrowed me 100,000, you are collecting 240,000 naira. That's
a whole lot.
That's terrible. So that's what this regulation also does. Another thing also, I mentioned data protection earlier. User data is very sensitive, so they have to handle it with care. So the regulation also provides for that. So you don't, even if you get access to my contacts, you don't just call them and start harassing them. You don't just call them and start telling them, sending curses at them. And of course, I know the FCPC, they've worked with the Nigerian Data Protection Agency, the NDPA, to NDPC Commission, to
Nigeria Data Protection Commission.
Yes, to regulate the aspect of how users or consumers are harassed, especially in relation to frequent calls. Like you can get 50 calls in a day.
I think frequent call is still better. Some people go as far as posting posters that this person is HIV criminal, has HIV, slept with dog. A whole lot of harassment going out right there.
Absolutely, and that's what it's regulating. Of course, they've taken steps before the regulations. They've taken steps in the past to enforce against these institutions. Several fines have been meted out after investigation to many of them. So, but they put out these regulations for digital lenders to understand that these are important. And also the issue of the issue of penalties. So the enforcement mechanism, it's also very, so it's also stated there, what are these administrative penalties when you flag the regulations? So those are some of the key provisions in the...
And those insights are great, Barrister Emmanuel. Let's talk about the major challenges of digital lenders in perspective to those new regulations. What are the major challenges money lenders, can face with these new regulations?
Well, no company operating in the because I would like to think of it's two-pronged.
Please bring it on.
So the challenges with regards to one, their business, and so how it's the impact on consumers or the users of the product. So from last year when the regulation was first passed, there was a period that was given for all existing digital lenders to regularize their register, and if they've not regularized it, they are basically delisted and barred from operation. And that ended early this year, on 5th of January. So the impact now is that, number one, it's very expensive, in quotes. And so, for instance, you get a money lending license and you're operating from Lagos. Maybe you don't really have that much money. And now you have to pay some millions and go through a whole process to register with the FCPC. Well, I think they made it also easy from experience. It's not that difficult, but then they find it that, okay, it's too much regulation, over-regulation, too many things to comply with. So that's one of the challenge they have. So they also have the issue of registration. They have the issue also of compliance, because it now becomes more difficult to keep up with compliance in the space. So you have to comply with requirements of the NDPC, you have to comply with requirements of the FCPC, you have to comply with the requirements of the CBN, you have to comply with the requirements of the NCC, because digital lending in this case also covers issues. Even telecom companies are also covered. For instance, when you borrow credit from them, it also covers those kind of people. Like when you borrow airtime, it also covers, because that's digital lending as well. It covers not just cash, but extends even to other forms of lending or barter practices. So that's another challenge, the issue of compliance. And another one is the issue of the fact that if they can't register, they have to stop business. So it means now they have to now start spending more money with regards to legal, and maybe trying to find investors who will bring in money, compliance with regards to, because it's not just about registration, it's an ongoing requirement. The regulation provides for a renewal after every 3 years, and there are fees that they have to keep paying after every 3 years. And the regulation provides an amount for renewal, but it's also still discretionary. So the FCPC can decide to increase the renewal fees, whenever they decide so. So it also makes it very unsure and unstable for business. Of course, it's a business, and these people also there has to be certainty with regards to how much are we paying for how much are we paying for compliance. So of course it takes up cost, but then I think it's an important regulation, and that's one of the challenge. And then the second challenge is when I mentioned with regards to consumers is that it now becomes very difficult to, let's say, because they have practice where, so how do we show that we have crossed the line? Where have we crossed the line? So they start thinking, how do we get back our money? Especially when maybe you are, for instance, Nigerians are very difficult people to, when you borrow their money, it's very difficult to get back on. So what is good business practice to get back our money from people who are unwilling to pay? You understand? So that's another issue, like for them dealing with consumers. So they have to be very careful. And consumers themselves can, let's say, once they run away with the money, how would they get back their money? So that's why a lot of them carry out this predatory practice, which is, of course, it is condemnable. But then we have to balance it out, make it less expensive to comply with the law, and also make it easier for them to be able to, let's say, report consumers as well who refuse to, let's say, pay back their loans. There was no provision in that regard. So those are some of the challenges.
Interesting. You making mention of crossing the line. I think that will lead us through to this aspect or angle right now. What specific actions constitute harassment under the new regulations, and how will the FCCPC determine if a lender has crossed the line?
Well, so as a lawyer, I'll think of, in determining what it means to, of course, that one, they look at the facts. So you don't just determine by reason of this is what the person said. You look at the facts, you look at the situation, you look at the circumstance. So what the FCCPC does as a regulator is that they investigate. They look at the practice. Is it that user data was breached? Or should I say the consumer data was breached? That's one. Did they send unsolicited messages to third parties? Were there frequent calls and threatening messages? So those are some of the things they look at when they look at the facts. So there's a redress mechanism, a complaint mechanism. So I feel what the FCP does is that they look at the facts because, and they look at both sides. So that's where they now determine that, okay, this is actually, and of course, that also determines the severity of the penalty of the fine they met out to the erring party. So that's
All right, if you're just joining us now, this is Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV, where we inform consumers about their right, protection, and safety. And this morning on the program, we're having a detailed conversation about the FCCPC new regulations on money lenders. And with me in the studio, for more clarity, helping us dissect this pressing issue, we have Barrister Romano. Barrister Romano, let me have your standpoint on this issue. What are the necessary measures you think FCCPC has to take to protect consumers from predatory lending practice, and how effective are these measures?
The measures they have to take. Well, I think the most they can do is, the first thing they can do is basically, of course, regulation, which they are doing well in that regard. So, and we've had issues where they've had to take down apps from app stores, from several digital
So is it that the
platforms.
consumers that borrowed money before taking out the app are not going to pay the money? Or
Well, no, I'm saying they've enforced against erring lenders,
okay, all right.
where they've had to take down some of these apps. Then, am I answering the question correctly?
Yes, please go on.
Yes, they've also taken steps to impose fines ranging from 10 million to 20 million on erring lenders. That's another step they've taken. So aside from regulation, telling them this is how you play, some of them, like I mentioned, some of them are not aware. It's just a practice. It's just a business practice which is unfair. And that's all they know. So now the FCC, okay, they've come out and like, so look at this regulation. This is what you have to do to be compliant, from registration to how you go after erring lenders or delinquent debtors in that sense. And they've done that as well. And of course, also they've also created a redress mechanism. So I think what they need to do more now is in the area of consumer education. Awareness as well. So you have to, not just consumer, but also everyone, in every stakeholder, from the lending companies to the borrowers as well, the general public. Let them know, this is what you have to do. This is the steps. These are the steps you can take. So it's not. It has to be balanced. But you know, of course, it's still consumer protection as well. You have to also make sure that people are protected from unfair lending practices. So those are some of the steps they've taken. And I also think they also have to look at the regulation as well. They should look at the criticisms of stakeholders and update that regulation from time to time to accommodate present realities. So for instance, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like the requirements for registration is too hectic, and the period of renewal is too short. That's my own personal criticism of the law or of regulation in that sense. So they should look at these criticisms and, of course, take steps to regulate, or should I say update that law to make it easy. Because at the end of the day, we're looking at ease of doing business. So they should make it easy as well for money lenders. But yeah, so those are some of the things they can do. Not push people out of the market, because this regulation definitely will push a lot of people. Some people won't be able to operate anymore. That's what it does. And it will lead to some form of, it reduces access to credit as well. So when your normal lender is no longer operating, even though they are trusted, because of they are unable to comply or they failed to comply with regulations as such, they won't be able to carry on business. So they should make it easier for people to be able to.
Let's review without critics right now, looking at the lending industry in abroad, the UK, the USA, and the lending industry in Nigeria. We can see that the gap is very the gap is much. How can the digital lending industry in Nigeria balance growth with regulatory compliance, and as well including it with consumer protection?
So the lending industry, balance growth. Well, I'm a tech lawyer as well, and I like to think that compliance must be built into the tech as such. So you are not just building a tech product, you are building a financial institution as well. So when you are, so most of tech companies, we have a lot of them. I don't want to, I can mention names?
Just make mention of one.
Yeah,
okay.
So for instance, we could, let's say Fair Money, for instance, or OPay. They also provide products as well. So you don't just build a tech product and put it out there and get people to borrow, and you build compliance into it. So from the moment when you are onboarding the user, they're already aware that, okay, these are the interest rates. While you are building, you're already taking steps to get these licenses. Even if you are collaborating with existing institutions, you're also making sure they are informing the regulator. So we are not just building in isolation. So I think in Nigeria, compared to other parts of the world, we are getting it right. At least we are stepping up. We have one of the most advanced fintech ecosystem in the world. A lot of our transactions now in Nigeria are electronic compared to most, even some developed countries of the world. So I think in that aspect, we're doing very well. Of course, I think the issue we have now are issues relating to regulation and over-regulation. So those are some of the issues we have now. But for growth, compliance should be built into that process. So when you are building, you have the regulators in mind. What are they saying? How do we? So you also try to take proactive steps by reaching out to them. So for instance, you are building something very innovative in the lending space. Let's say you're building something where people can trade by barter. In that sense, okay, who are the regulators I have to work with? Are there specific regulations around this? If there are none, go to the nearest regulator and inform them, this is what I'm doing. What steps do I have to take to comply? So you build it into the product. So I think that is the best way they can balance it. Not you build, then you now start struggling to comply. Before you know it, your investors are off. Before you know it, the banks are already, if you borrowed money, you are not doing business. They're already calling for a repayment. Before you know it, business is down and you start struggling. So I think that's the.
All right, the conversation is still going on, but let's go on a short break. I find something to munch on and enjoy this program. But also, it's Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV. We'll be right back. Let's go on a short break. Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello, consumers. You're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AWUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWUF is for you. You can get to know about trending market slashes, promos, offers and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWUF packages. Peace.
Public services.
Good to be back again here. If you're just joining us on the conversation, this is Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV, where we inform consumers about the right and safety that they need to know in our economy. And today we're talking about something very critical that we need to pay our attention to, talking about the FCCPC, the new regulations on money lenders. And for proper understanding, we have Barrister in the studio, Barrister Romano. Barrister Romano, now let's continue with the conversation. Now taking it back when we started the conversation, I remembered fully well that you made mention of the new regulations would help the digital lenders to be able to be transparent. And now talking about transparency, let's start from this place. How would the FCCPC ensure that digital lenders are transparent about the long terms and interest rates, and what constitutes the fair practice?
Okay, so for transparency, I think it's what the FCCPC have done with the regulation is that they made it a necessary requirement for compliance. They didn't just say operate. They are saying you have to be clear with the digital lenders, because sometimes people don't have time to read the terms and conditions. So they saying like you have to make it very simple enough for people to understand that, okay, if I'm borrowing 10,000 naira, I'll be paying back this amount at so time. So that's what the FCC have done. So if there is a violation of this particular requirement, they won't really know except someone reports.
Now, I was about going there. That what are the consequences for lenders who fail to register with the FCCPC or comply with the new regulations?
Well, for non-compliance, number one is that they can't even operate in this space. If they are, operating illegally, because it's now a legal requirement. So the FCCPC Act actually empowers the Federal Commission on Consumer Protection Commission to regulate in that regard. So they're operating illegally. And the second is that if they were already listed, they're listed as a money lender. Like they have their license revoked. So they're already registered. So that's another consequence for non-compliance, because the major provisions for compliance is not just about registering with the FCPC. You have to comply with everything they say with regards to how you deal with consumers. And to be honest, they really won't know if a consumer does not report or a user does not report, or they investigate. So it means that, and they also made provisions for reporting and redress in the regulation. So if you feel, okay, this particular lending app or this particular money lender, they are not doing things properly, or maybe their lending practices are unfair, report to the FCPC. And they impose fines as well. So aside from the listing, they also impose fines if they find them guilty, and of course, there are cases where individuals, aside from going to the FCPC, they can take up let's say, or the FCC by example can take up maybe criminal action, or can also lead to civil liability as well for the company. So those are some of the protective measures that are in place for the general public, especially when they are dealing with predatory lenders in that sense. So.
All right, I believe that this regulation, of course, will tame a whole lot of things, but for the sake of the consumers who are out there that believe, oh, this is Nigeria, anything goes, what recourse do borrowers have if they are experiencing harassment or unfair treatment from a lender, and how can they report this incident?
So the FCPC, they have a platform where, of course, lawyers like to be consulted. Go and meet a lawyer. But before you even go to a lawyer, by yourself, you can report to the FCPC. You can just, I think on they have a website portal where you can just go to, even an email address. They can just send your complaint to, narrate the entire incident to them, include receipts of maybe evidence you have, maybe text messages or emails, and send to them. And they will take it up and investigate. And the law requires that the commission begin investigation after 24 hours of receipts. That's what the regulation also provides for as well. So they have a duty to also investigate. So don't say, okay, if I report, they won't do anything. Report, then they will take it up after investigating. And they issue fines from as high as, depending on the fact as well. But in the regulation, I was seeing fines for, let's say, for individuals for failing to register. There were fines of maybe about 50 million. Then for companies, about 100 million. So it's hefty. It's a lot. But then I think it's a good one. At least you know that there is a place you can run to when you are a victim, in quote now, of some of these lending practices.
Barrister, I think I need to give you your kudos about that update, and because a lot of consumers still believe that after the harassment, when it comes to reporting to the right channels like FCCPC and some other regulatory bodies, they are always reluctant. Having the mentality that we will not get the right treatment. They will not when it comes to talking about consumers getting their rights being aired, is being maltreated, is being abused, is being tampered on. This makes a lot of consumers get really relaxed, reluctant, not reporting the right things at the right authorities. But I think with this your analysis, this would give them an hint of doing the right thing at the right time. Just take,
because when they talk about consumer protection, it deals with all sectors of the economy. So it means that they have to also collaborate with all these sector regulators, when it deals with, let's say, issues relating to consumer protection for those agencies. Or they also regulate competition when we're looking at unfair business practice from one business to the other, and of course setting up anti-competitive measures to regulate the interest. So they collaborate with a lot of industry, and I know they have a joint task force with the NDPC when it deals with data privacy concerns.
Barrister Emmanuel, we are moving gradually to the end of the conversation, but right now curiosity make me ask, because there are a lot of consumers at home watching us, and that's this question will be crossing their mind. How long do you think this would take if a consumer reports any harassment? How much do you what's the duration of this issue being sorted out?
So it depends, because it depends. I know I've handled one that took a period of less than 3 months. Yeah, and I know there are some that they've not even attended to. So it depends on what they consider worthy. But the moment you report, they usually open the case like within a short period of time and start investigating.
You made mention of that there are still some cases pending.
Yes.
What could be the cause of that? Is it that they've not gotten to the root of the matter, or there is still a whole lot of uncertainty around
it could be that, number one, that maybe there are no, of course, it's Nigeria, so a lot of things may have gone through maybe the administrative works, and they think it's not the case that they need to pursue. So maybe there's not a failure to communicate back to the consumer that, okay, we've looked at it. We don't think you have a strong case as such. That's one. I think that's one. That may be one reason. Number two, maybe issues related to personnel. Maybe they don't have a lot of people looking at it, or someone just mix it up. But I know the FCPC, they've been doing a good job, especially with regards to consumer enforcement and protection. They've been doing a good job so far. And it also depends too, because some may take a longer period of time to investigate, some may shorter period of time to investigate. And I know they usually call them for meetings, they ask questions during that period of investigation as well. So.
All right, it's been a very interesting one on the conversation, and I must say you've made a whole lot of insights, which there is a whole lot to munch on. Thank you so much, Barrister Romano. Now to end the conversation, let's have your parting shot, and what advice would you give to consumers who are, experiencing problems with digital lenders?
Well, so the first thing is to make sure that you're also not violating the law.
In what sense?
You're not harassing them in return. So, Nigerians, they insult you, you want to do your own back. So that's the first thing. Try to also be calm and, of course, let them know that what they are doing is against the law. There are times that it's difficult to pay back. Of course, you're the one owing money. It doesn't mean that they now make you lose your dignity because you're owing money. So if the harassment, if you warn them and they continue, you report to the FCPC or you contact a lawyer to help you take it up. And usually I advise you go through a lawyer so that at least they can give you preliminary advice on what steps to take and all the options available to you. So that's I think what I would say. And also, you're a consumer and you have a right. A lot of people are not aware that they have rights as consumers.
Thank you so much. That is one of the main issues we are facing in Nigeria. A lot of consumers do not know the right they have.
Yeah. So you have to be aware that you have a right. As a consumer, you have a right to dignity of human person.
Right to safety.
To safety. Your data is sensitive. So if they are calling your pastor because you are owing money, that's serious. Or they are calling a business partner. I had a client once, and I was called, like, do you know this person? And at the end of the day, realized that the person did not even take a loan. So that's another issue as well, because they do, and that's another issue with lenders. There's a way they automate it such that even without taking the loan, they put it in your name that you actually took a loan from them. So those are some of the, even in the regulation, it's actually provided for there, like they regulate it as well. So those are some of the issues. So once these things happen, you don't just overreact and maybe violate the law in return. You go through the right channels, speak to a lawyer, or like I mentioned, like I also report directly to the FCPC as a Nigerian, and they'll respond as well.
It's been a very beautiful one, I must say, but this conversation will not be well ironed if I don't make mention of this. Do you think it's appropriate for the money lenders to reach out to family members, friends, because it is what we see right now? They just, any little thing, they contact, this person is owing and you have to pay, mounting it on, family, relative. Do you think it's proper?
It's not proper in my opinion, even though they try to find the way around it using data privacy contracts to say, okay, you give consent. I feel like the only people that should be contacted are parties to that transaction. And who are the parties to a lending transaction usually? We have the lender, we have the borrower, and we have either a guarantor or a shortee. So if there are no clearly mentioned guarantors or shortees, I don't think you should reach out to anyone else or harass anyone else because of, someone is owing you. So, and the regulation should provide for that you don't reach out to third parties or harass them in return. So it's not proper, it's not appropriate. And yeah, that's why you should also complain when these things happen. Don't let it, because the more they complain against a particular institution, the more they are flagged on the radar of the FCPC, the more sanctions will be taken against them. I know in the past, so many lending institutions, so many were deregistered. I think sometime in last year, I think they do it frequently, where they delist platforms and they remove them, like inform the public that this platform has been delisted and warn them from working or operating in Nigeria. And of course, so for me, they've been doing a good job because it has reduced. I don't know if you observed. I don't know. For me, recently, I don't get those messages anymore. Messages people I don't even know. There was someone the one that shocked me was there was someone that was on the opposing side of a transaction I worked on. And something happened and they were sending me messages on WhatsApp about this person. And I forgot the person until I had to now think, oh, okay. So it's unfair actually. So But yes, and the law, of course, it's a good one, and I'm glad that they've taken this upon themselves too.
I'm also glad about it. Thank you so much, Barrister Emmanuel Indiang. I hope I got Inyada. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation. And now this is where we draw the curtain. Of course, it's been a insightful one, and the new SCCPC regulations on money lenders. He said a whole lot of things, but I think for me, one thing that is a take home is to ensure that we consumers always make sure that we know our rights. Knowing our rights is very vital and it's pivotal. And aside from that, we should always have access to information, which is very, very important. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back again next week on another beautiful edition of Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Ire Ayomikunle Eke. Please remember to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are out of the studio. Stay out of trouble. Bye for now.
Hi people, my name is Mo Fakorede and I am a filmmaker and a film director, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. ConsumerHalla TV is everything consumer advocacy, consumer rights, everything that has to do with consumers. On this TV, you'd watch, you'd learn, you'd be educated, and you'd be entertained. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Olubukola Ozone, a photographer and a social media enthusiast. You're watching ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy TV. If you have a problem, anything, any consumer related problem, just holla at them, just like their name implies, and they're going to get it sorted for you. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Joba Jalabi. I'm a marketing communications professional. I currently lead marketing at Flash Change, a fintech startup. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, a consumer advocacy channel.
Hello, my name is Sharon Rotimi. I'm an actor and I am on ConsumerHalla TV. Now, ConsumerHalla TV is a consumer advocacy channel. So if you have any issues, consumer-related issues with brands and services, you can reach out to them and they'll be sure to handle it or to cater to you. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Iyebiye Adeton. I'm a film poster designer and illustrator. This is ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy channel. We show content on consumers-based news, entertainment, and all of that. So I want you guys to stay tuned to ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Anoluwapo Alao, a sales consultant for Star Times Nigeria. This is a ConsumerHalla TV, where they discuss anything consumer needs and you get knowledge about anything about consumer. So keep watching.
Hi, my name is Adebola Ogushino. I'm a filmmaker and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. Any consumer related issues, they've got you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Olorunshisi. I'm a strategy and sales professional, currently working with Obey, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, this is one of the channels that you don't want to but stay on. Consumer advocacy, brand promotion, everything consumer, what you need to learn for your business to grow. This is a channel where you learn, where you experience entertainment too, but it's good for businesses, for brands, and for an entrepreneur. If you want to know more about businesses, want to know more about brands, please stay watching. Alright, thank you so much, ConsumerHalla TV. Keep watching.
Hello, good day. My name is Tunde Balogun. I'm the lead pastor at the Kingsborough Church in London. And you're watching ConsumerHalla TV, which is a new initiation into the TV industry in Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I know that it's going to bring value and quality into the service industry. ConsumerHalla TV is here to offer value to service industry and to give a voice to consumers, bring awareness to the brand industry, and also bring education to what it is to have quality for what you paid for. I know that through ConsumerHalla TV, you are going to be able to get what you have paid for quality-wise and also give a voice to you in wherever it is that you do. I am here to support and give a shout out to say that keep watching ConsumerHalla TV. and we'll have a better quality for value in Nigeria and in the global space. Please continue to watch ConsumerHalla TV because it is here to make things work better for you. It is on this note that I would like to say a big congratulations to the chairman and CEO of ConsumerHalla TV, Pastor Tunde Olufowora, and all the staffs of this great organization. Thank you for what you do. You are making things happen for us, and I pray that God bless you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Toyin Balogun. I'm here to give a shout out to ConsumerHalla TV, #1 platform helping you to shop smart, spend wisely, and live better. Anytime you have any kind of issues with your shopping, or you want to know a very honest review, please contact ConsumerHalla TV, here to help you. And please join the community where we can all make life easy and better for all of us.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer. And as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
Welcome to Market Series on ConsumerHalla TV. This segment is called In the Marketplace. Yes, where we visit major markets in Nigeria, bringing you behind the scene of a particular market, the story, history, how the market got developed, redeveloped, necessary thing you need to know about a particular market without omitting anything. We bring facts on this episode of In the Market. But today, I'm live here at Ijora Fish Market. Ijora Fish Market is a bustling hub nestled in the heart of Lagos with a history dated back. But then what makes this market ethic. Come with me, let's go explore from traders, leaders, the history about this market. What's so special, the challenges, the struggles of this particular market. You know what? Come, let's go find out.
Ijora Fish Market has existed for decades, with a true tracing back to the early mid-20th century, during a period when Lagos was rapidly expanding as a port and commercial city. But according to the market leaders, it route traced back to around 1962, when trading along the Lagos Lagoon began to become more organized. What started as a small waterside trading point has grown into one of the largest and most populous fish markets in Nigeria. From mixed trading to fish dominance, in its early years, Ijora was not strictly a fish market. Traders sold various goods, food items, poultry, household products alongside fish. Over time, however, proximity to the lagoon, the rise of fishing trawlers, and Lagos' growing population shifted the focus. Today, Ijora deals primarily in seafood, both locally caught and imported, serving as a major distribution hub for Lagos and beyond. Ijora Fish Market is highly structured. The market is divided into three major groups: Bolorunduro, turkey and poultry; Ajelowo, fish traders; Ifelodo, fish traders. Leadership is not by election, as Alhaja Sherifat Amusat, Iyaloja of Bolorunduro, explained briefly. A leader must be humble and carry people with love. Let's listen to what she has to say about leadership and also the do's and don'ts in the market.
Èmi ni Alhaja Sherifat Ọlọ́runṣóyìn Amsat.
Báwo lẹ ṣe jẹ́ nínú ọjà yìí?
Mo jẹ́ ìyá ọlọ́jà nínú ọjà yìí.
Àti tó ọdún mélòó tẹ́ ti joyè ìyá ọlọ́jà?
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe wà, mo yìí náwọn tó tú ìjù mi tó jẹ́ jẹ́nára tó ìwà. Ipa mẹ́ta ni ìra wa nínú ọjà yìí. Bọ́lọ́ndúró, Ajélọ́rọ̀, Ìfẹ́lódùn. Nísìnyí Bọ́lọ́ndúró lè mú ẹyẹgbẹ́ onítọ́kí. Ìyẹjẹ́ Ajélọ́rọ̀ wà, ìyẹjẹ́ Ìfẹ́lódùn wà. Àwọn ìyá wa tú ìwà nínú ilé lọ́hùn tó ń ṣe olórí ìwà tó yẹ pé àwọn ní Adébálọ́jà tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ìyá alálùbáríkà sí wa.
So oríṣiríṣi ìka mẹ́ta tẹ́ dárúkọ yìí sí, ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló wà nínú ọjà táwa yìí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo ẹ̀ la wà nínú ọjà yìí. Èmi ni ìyá ọjà Bọ́lọ́ndúró onítọ́kí, ìyá ọjà Ajélọ́rọ̀, àwọn ìyá wa pé àwọn tá gbá nídìí ọjà nídìí ẹja àwọn nìyẹn. Ìfẹ́lódùn náà wà níbẹ̀, àwọn yẹn náà wà nínú ilé náà. Àkọ́kọ́ ń bí ni tiwa Bọ́lọ́ndúró.
Bọ́lọ́ndúró, tọ́kí, Ìfẹ́lódùn, Ajélọ́rọ̀. Ìfẹ́lódùn yẹn kí ni àwọn ipa abẹ́wò ni wọ́n wà? Since tó jẹ́ pé Bọ́lọ́ndúró tọ́kí ni, kí ni Ìfẹ́lódùn?
Ìfẹ́lódùn àwọn náà ń tẹja. Ajélọ́rọ̀ àwọn náà ń tẹja. Àwa ń ta ọ̀kí, àwa náà dẹ̀ tún tẹja pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà.
Okay, so kí ni wá ní ìtàn ráńpẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ fún wa nípa ọjà Ijora Fish Market?
Ṣe rí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Ijora yẹn, àwọn ìyá wa ló lè sọ nípa tí àwọn ló tẹ bídó. Àwa náà wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ni. Nígbà tá a ní ìfẹ́ pé àwọn náà fẹ́ wá sọjà, a lọ bá wọn. Ìyá wa ìyá Alájé jẹ́nára wa, ìyá Alájà Pópóọlá, Fúsàt Pópóọlá, àwọn nìyá jẹ́nára wa. Lẹ́yìn náà yóò Ògìdàn, Alájẹ́ Ògìdàn. Gbàtẹ́mi dé, mo lọ bá wọn, wọ́n ní mo fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn. Alájà Fúsàt Pópóọlá wọ́n dẹ̀ tẹ́wọ́, wọ́n gbà wá as jẹ́nára wa. Èmi náà dẹ̀ wà bí adé ń tajà, wọ́n fi mí jẹ ìyá ọjà onítọ́kí.
Okay, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n máa ń wò tí wọ́n lè fi yọ̀yàn as olórí nínú ọjà?
Nǹkan tó máa ń wò pọ̀, tí èèyàn bá ń lọ tó ń ṣe dáadáa, tó ń kí àwọn èèyàn, tí ò ṣe gàgídígàgàn, tí ò jọra ẹ̀ lójú, tí ò gbéraga, tí ò sọ pé àwa la wà ń bẹ̀ kíláàbù, tó dẹ̀ respect àwọn àgbà. Ṣé mọ̀ pé bí èèyàn ṣe ń lọ ìwọ̀n máa wò orin ẹsẹ̀, wọ́n máa wò ṣe sí ẹ̀, wọ́n máa wò wà sí ẹ̀, kó di pé wọ́n máa mú èèyàn fi jẹ oyè.
Ṣé ti lérò tẹ́lẹ̀ rí pé ẹ máa jẹ ìyá ọjà?
Tí ẹ rí gbọ́ rí ni, tí ẹ rí gbọ́ kàn wá mú mi ni wípé kí n wá jẹ ìyá ọjà lọ àwọn ọmọ ọjà. Wọ́n wá mú mi pé àwọn fẹ́ kí n darapọ̀ kí n jẹ ìyá ọjà.
Báwo ni inú yín ṣe dùn lọ́jọ́ náà?
Alhamdulilayi, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà.
Lọ́sẹ̀ á ti tó ọdún mélòó tẹ́ ti joyè?
Ó ti lọ bí 15 years, sísìn mọ́ 20 years.
20 years?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Okay, so a mọ̀ pé àti jẹ́ olórí nínú ọjà kò easy, kò ń ṣe nǹkan tí ó easy bẹ́ẹ̀. Báwo ni ẹ ṣe ń kó?
àti àmọ́ wípé ẹ̀ka yẹn náà ti sọ pé kò yí sí èèyàn máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ pé mo ti pè wọ́n sí ẹ̀gbọ́n wọ́n dá mi lórí ẹ̀gbẹ́ tí mo ti pè wọ́n ọlá ìfẹ́ tí ò bá dẹ̀ ti gbéraga tó tọ́ pé ẹ̀yin lè mọ̀ pé yọ̀gà ní nísìn ní ìgbéraga ní ìrè nǹkan lórí wọn ìtọ́pẹ́ ẹ fún mi lówó tí ẹ̀yẹ tó bá dé tó bá wẹ̀ wọ́n á ṣe fún mi ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kúlé tí ìjà nígbà kan bá ṣe bí ẹni dé à á dìde síbẹ̀ à á parí ẹ̀ àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ à á gbé lọ sílé ńlá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ìyá wa tó tún jù wá lọ.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ mo fẹ́ béèrè pé báwo lẹ ṣe máa ń yanjú èdè àìyedè láàárín àwọn trader tó bá ń jà bọ́ nísìnyí ẹ ti sọ fún mi pé ẹ máa ń yanjú ẹ̀ bọ́ tí kò bá ṣe ń pé ó tóbi jù ẹ máa gbé lọ sí àwọn.
so wọ́n á fún wọn ní suspension tó bá fún wọn suspension tó bá yìí sí wọn kì í jà nínú ọjà bíi pé ṣe wọ́n ń jà wọ́n ń yọ àdá wọ́n ń ṣe gbá kò sí yẹn nínú ọjà gbogbo ẹ ti wà ní àkọsílẹ̀ wọ́n bá ti fẹ́ wọjà wọ́n máa gbé wọ́n máa ka òfin wa tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí fún wọ́n máa fẹ́ suspension pé kó lọ sílé tó bá dẹ̀ ti lọ sí táìmù tó bá fún tó bá pé tó bá rẹ́ni èèyàn rẹ lẹ́yìn bá wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n lè dínkù àmọ́ á lọ suspension.
so ẹ dárúkọ àwọn òfin díẹ̀ tẹ́rọ tí yóò gbọ́dọ̀ rò nínú ọjà.
ìkíní èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ jà nínú ọjà ìkejì èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ jalè nínú ọjà ìkẹta èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ búyàn àbí pé ẹ lágbájá kan ṣẹ̀ mí tó fẹ́ dá sẹ̀ríà fún tó bá ṣẹ̀ ọmọ mẹ́jọ àtọ́dọ̀ àwa ayọ̀ ọjà wọ́n á dẹ̀ jókòó wọ́n á bá wọn parí ẹ̀ olùkàkú máa ṣe bó ṣe ìtọ́gbọ́n kíjà máa rí sí pé ṣé bí wàá ṣe wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wá sí tó pe kọ́sítọ́mà mi èmi mọ́kàn pé tẹ́lẹ̀ lè kíní kan ọba ó ti tó ọba tó pọ̀ tí ọba dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ a máa dìde sí wọn a máa bá wọn yanjú ọba dẹ̀ ti gbà wọn lórí àwọn ìyá wa ńlé ńlá wọn máa jókòó wọn máa gbọ́ tẹnu oníkàwé kan máa fún wọn ẹni tó bá jẹ̀bi tó ṣàṣejù wọn á fún suspension.
so kí ni nǹkan pàtó tí ẹ fẹ́ràn jù nípa ọjà ìjọra fish market?
ọjà ìjọra fish market yóò jẹ́ jẹ́ alálùbáríkà tí ò bá mú kọ́bọ̀ débi báyìí tó bá mọ̀ wọn ara ẹ̀ tó kọjá yìí ẹ̀ tó jalè tí ò mú kọ̀mọ́kàn bá ní ẹ sáré fún mi lélẹ̀ yìí mo fẹ́ tà wọ́n á gbé fún ẹ wàá tà bí ọba ìbàjẹ́ màámi ẹ fún mi lélẹ̀ yìí mo fẹ́ tà wọ́n á tà gbaranda àtàkùn bàdá máa káàkiri wọ́n á gbà tó bá dẹ̀ ti tà á mówó wá fún wa padà àṣeṣe títò náà máa fi di ẹni tiẹ̀.
so báwo ni ìbáṣepọ̀ tó wà láàárín àwọn olórí àti àwọn tó ń tajà nínú ọjà?
àṣepọ̀ wà dáadáa nínú wa ṣàkókò tí kò má ti kọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ wá fóníwà òun ló ń jọ̀rẹ́ àṣepọ̀ wà láàárín wa dáadáa.
aago mélòó ni ọjà yìí máa ń ṣí? aago mélòó ló máa ń ti ṣí?
a máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjà láago 6 báyọ̀ di 6 o'clock tó kálukú máa palẹ̀ mọ́ máa lọ pé.
so ọjà ìjọra yìí sì tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n máa ń tà bíi frozen bíi ẹja tútù turkey ibo ni ọjà yìí ti máa ń wá?
irú turkey yẹn sì ó ń wá láti àwọn míì wá láti Kòtónú àwọn míì wá láti Ìkẹjà àwọn èèyàn tí wá ń dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ tá tó máa lọ ra káàkiri irú ṣífìtà yẹn sí a máa ra irú valentine kí a máa rajà ń bẹ̀ kò síbi tàgbé ti rajà káàkiri.
kí wàá ní ìpèníjà tó wà láàrin pé kí ẹ máa kó ọjà wá láti bí Kútọ̀nù àti bí ọ̀nà tí kéréje tẹ́ ti dárúkọ yẹn kí ni báwo lẹ ṣe ń ṣe tẹ́ ṣe ń yìnbọn tẹ́ ń transport látòdìdì bẹ̀yẹn?
ṣẹ́rí ti Kútọ̀nù yẹn náà àbí sábà lọ torí ìgbàtọ́ tẹ pé àwọn fẹ́ kọ́ gbé tọ́kí ohun kíní wọlé but àwọn ṣì yẹn àwọn grosom àwọn valentine àwọn grosom kìíní àwọn agbègbè bíi Kòròdú àwọn tó ṣí kìíní wọ́n máa wá ń ta tọ́kí yẹn fún wa wọ́n ń ta àwọn ẹja náà fún wa a máa lọ ra àwọn irú ẹja sì wà ní Globe ó wà ní Wharf a máa lọ ra ń bẹ a máa ń kó wọlé a máa ń ta nǹkan wa bọ́tí wọn fẹ́ wa lọ́nà àbẹ̀ lọ sọ́nà mọ́.
ok so kí wàá ní ìpèníjà nínú kíyàn máa ta ọjà tútù tí ẹ̀ ń ta yìí kí ni ìpèníjà tó wà nínú ẹ̀?
kò sí ìpèníjà kan náà lọ́ọ̀ títì wọ́n jẹ́ wípé ṣe mọ̀ pé àìsí ni irú èmi sì ní èdè tó ọba àìsí mi àti dàgbà a máa ń ná ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n bá máa ta a máa bójú tó.
ok àtìgbà wo lẹ ti lérò tó ti wà nínú yín pé ẹ fẹ́ máa ta àwọn ọjà tútù báyìí?
ó ní mo pé wọ́n bí 20 years náà mo ti débi báyìí tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ìta náà dẹ̀ bá mi fàlùbá sí àìmọye ìṣíbíṣi kẹrin karùn-ún tó ti lọ. So
kí ni àwọn nǹkan mèremère tó jẹ́ ohun dáadáa tẹ́ ti gbé ṣe nínú òwò yìí?
Àṣẹmọ̀ Ọlọ́run ló fún yàn lálùbáríkà, Ọlọ́run náà ló ti ṣe àti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Àwọn ọmọ ní skul àjọ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, àwọn ọba tọ́lọ̀ ní kárí ṣe àìṣe Ọlọ́run fún àlùbáríkà sí alhamdulillah.
Ẹ ṣé ma.
Area served as a landing point for fishermen and traders who move goods through water routes connecting Lagos Island, Ibutemeta, and Apapa. Fishing happened here, but it is not only the activity. Traders exchange farm produce, smoked food items, and household goods alongside fresh cash from the lagoon. Fish was important, but it was not yet the focus. As Lagos grew in population and industrial activity increased around Apapa, the demand for affordable protein rose sharply. Fishing gradually became the dominant trade in Ijora because the lagoon provided constant access to fish. The fish was close to major transport routes. Workers from the port and nearby industries needed food. Over time, fishing trading began to overshadow other goods. By the 1950s and 1960s, Ijora had become widely recognized as a major fish trading point, especially for smoked and preserved fish. One of the less discussed facts about Ijora Fish Market is the central role of women in its development. Women were responsible for fish smoking and preservation, distribution to other markets across Lagoon, price regulation with trading groups. Many of today's traders inherited their position through family lines, making the market both an economic and cultural institution. Mr. Aino Adekoya, chairman of Ajilowo Fish Traders Association for over 8 years, gave us a glimpse of Ijora's scale, history, and why the market is so resilient. Let's listen.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm fine. What is your name, sir?
My name is Aino Adekoya.
Aino Adekoya. Who is Aino Adekoya in the market?
Yeah, Aino Adekoya is chairman of Ajilowo Fish Market where you heard today.
Chairman of Ajilowo Fish Market. Mama, ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Orúkọ mi ni Alájà Ògìdán Adéníjì.
Báwo ni Alájà Ògìdán ṣe jẹ́ nínú ọjà?
Mo jẹ́ igbákejì ìyálọ́jà general.
A ti tó ọdún mélòó tẹ́ ti jẹ oyè yìí?
Mo ti jẹ oyè yìí sí àti lé ní 20 years.
20 years? Okay. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sá.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
Kí lorúkọ yín sá?
Orúkọ mi ni Kásùmọ̀ Ládipúpọ̀.
Okay. Báwo ni Kásùmọ̀ ṣe jẹ́ nínú ọjà?
Kásùmọ̀ is a very big family. Bí orúkọ Kásùmọ̀ yẹn, ibẹ̀ náà ni Chief Rotimi Williams, Senior Advocate of Nigeria ti jáde. Professor A.B. Kásùmọ̀, ibẹ̀ náà ti jáde. So it's a very big name. So that's it.
Okay, so mama, ẹni àti tó 20 years tẹ́ ti joyè nínú ọjà. Okay, so kí ni ìtàn tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ fún wa nípa ọjà Ìjọra Fish Market yìí?
Ìtàn tí mo sọ fún yín ni pé Ìjọra Market ó ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́, ọjà tó dẹ̀ dá ni. A pọ̀ tá jẹ́ olóyè, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó ti ṣíwọ́ iṣẹ́, àwa tó kù. A jẹ́ ń kó àwọn ọmọ mọ́ra, a ní kó room. A ní àìmọye kan anákọ̀ tó ń kẹjà wá fún wa. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá yìí, àmọ́ tẹ́ bá wá bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa tówó la máa fi tajà ni fún tá lè dá yín lóhùn sí nìyẹn.
Okay, so sir, what history can you tell us about Ijora Fish Market?
Ijora Fish Market has been in existence for a very long time. If I'm not exaggerating, maybe since 1952 or thereabout. And we had a large of our mothers that have traded there. So many of them have gone, and we still have a couple of them still alive, living well. And we have 600 to 700 traders that trade there on a daily basis. So, and we are basically trading on seafood, fish, both import and local. And Ijora Fish Market is known as the widest and the biggest and the most populous fish market in the Federation. And we are doing well. Nevertheless, we still have some challenges that we face, but the market is still waxing stronger.
Okay, now talking about the challenges, can you tell us a bit about the challenges the market is facing?
Yeah, the challenges we have here mainly is on the electricity, and we are managing. The government at hand is trying to put everything in place. But right now, of very recent, we have our major customers being displaced at Makoko. The displacement in Makoko has really affected this market in the past 2 weeks. That the sales has dropped, the customers are not coming, because they mainly reside by the water side, and the government of the day has displaced them. So we don't have power and we don't know what to do. But at the same time, we are begging the government to please look into their bill, because they are the major customers that we have there, and they trade all over the Federation and they buy from there. They are our major customers, so it's a major blow on the market. It's a major blow on the market.
So now talking about the locality, what other local market comes here to buy from this market to resell?
Yeah, this is a general fish market. And again, we have the fish markets at Liverpool. We have the same kind of species that we sell here, but they buy from here. Basically, because the fishing trawlers owners sells to this market, so we are in partnership with them. So whatever they are bringing, they are selling here. So they come to buy here. We have a Jegule market, we have a Oyinbo market. The entire traders that sell small fish in Oyinbo market buy from here. We have a Jegule market, they buy from here. We have Oshodi market, they buy from here. The entire market in Lagos, this is the only market where you can buy demersal fish. It is called demersal frozen fish. This is where you can get it.
Okay, so now for how long have you been the chairman of this market?
8 years counting.
8 years?
Counting.
8 years counting. Okay, so what do they look at before they give someone the post, or why do you apply for the post of chairman?
It's not on appliement, it's not about election, it's about selection, and it is based on our mother's discretion.
Based on mother discretion. Okay, now, ever since have you ever had it in mind that you are going to be a chairman someday?
It is based on the mother's discretion. They are the mothers. They know what is good for the market. They take the decision. We just follow.
Okay, now, as the chairman of the market, what has been your goals for the market, and how have you been working towards it?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We keep working, but our main aim is the development of the market. That's the main thing. Yeah, nothing more.
Okay, so what are the challenges being a leader in the market?
Enormous, enormous. Because we have a different kind of people from different background and different understanding. So for you to manage people is much more difficult, but you have to be patient. So that's patient and resilience is what we've been working with to keep the market moving. Challenges will come, challenges will go. People will stay.
Okay, now, how do you settle disputes? How do you settle disputes between traders, or what dispute has been very challenging for you to settle? Have you ever encountered any challenging dispute so far?
To God be the glory. There is no dispute that cannot be settled if there is understanding. No matter how large it is, we'll sit down and we'll discuss it. So, but because of the understanding of the people and the understanding of the management team of the market, every dispute is settled.
Okay, so any fine for those who fight in the market?
You dare not fight here, you fight, you go. You dare not fight here. Yeah, that's the law. There is a law that guides the market. You dare not fight. You can't yet. Yes, the misunderstanding will come, but you remember that when you fight here, you go. If you dare fight and it comes to the market hearing, you pay a fine of 200,000 or you go.
200,000 naira. Okay, so what are the do's and don'ts in this market?
Our do's and don'ts are you dare not steal. You dare not steal. You must be of good conduct. Don't fight the customers. Attend the market meeting and pay your dues.
So what are the days of the market? Maybe is there a particular day that you know that, oh, you know, there are some people, they'll be like, this particular days, Monday, Wednesdays, Friday, a particular booming market whereby they call it Oja. Yes.
Every day is a sales day. We don't have any day particular for Oja. We believe in God's blessings. So we trade here every day. But after our trading every Wednesdays, we have a general meeting. Then every Thursdays there is environmental sanitation. You can't try it. So you must keep your environment clean.
Okay, so what are the days the market open and closes?
The market opens every day. On Sunday it opens. As long as you can sleep and wake up and your eyes is open, the market is open. Okay. No time, no closing time, no resumption time.
So what are the festivals that happen in the market? Because we've been to some particular market like Bariga market, Idumota market. They have some festivals that they do in the market. Some will say they have Odun Aje and there are particular days they do this particular market, and the main reason why they do this festival. So does Ijora Fish Market also have a particular festival they do in the market?
Yeah, Ijora Fish Market has a day or twice in a year that they make a provision for the market prayers. The ideas too will be, the diet will be given what is supposed to be given. It happens like that. But recently we just passed one. Wow. So then there is a day that will create for pastors will come, will pray to the entire market. Imams will come, they will pray for the entire market. Everybody will pray. It's usually once or twice. No particular day, but we'll choose a date for it. Yes.
Okay. Mama mo fẹ́ kẹ́ sọ fún wa nípa ọdún ajé yìí gangan tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe nínú ọjà. Kí ni ìdí tí a fi máa ń ṣe ọdún ajé nínú ọjà?
Òṣọ́jà tán kì í ṣe ọdún ajé. Tán ò bá ṣe kò dá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni. A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe tiwa ní last week. Ṣùgbọ́n èyí tó jẹ́ kókó ká fẹ́ bẹ̀yìn fún kí ajé yẹn lè ṣiṣẹ́ torí a ti ṣe láti ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá lọ́hùn. Tó dẹ̀ yẹ pé bàbá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa ń rí sáìn pé a ṣe ajé. Ẹ bá wa bẹ àwọn ìjọba, àwọn ègùn tó wà ní Makoko kọ́jọ kan bá wa fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Àwọn náà ń rajà wa, àárí wọn, àdẹ̀mọ̀pá àrí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wọnú gbogbo kórum. Ẹja kúnbẹ̀ tààtà, kọ́jọ kan ṣàánú wọn, kan wo tí wọ́n ṣe, kan gba tàwa náà rò. Ọ̀wọ́n là ń rí la ṣe ń jẹun, àwa làwọn náà rí náà ṣe ń jẹun.
So sir, I saw one development that is ongoing in the market, one new building that, I don't know, maybe it's a big market that they want to move people into. When we were coming in, we saw like a new development going on in the market. So what is that building for?
That building is not part of the market. That is the Jora Nepa District's new complex. So it's not for the market, it's a NEPA office. So that complex is made for NEPA. They just finished this construction. I think they will be moving anywhere from now. So it's just there and it doesn't belong to the market. It's just situated at the center of the market, yes.
Okay, now you talked about no light and all of that, and we know anything seafood has to do with light. How have you then been coping?
Well, to God be the glory, we've been able to manage ourselves. And with the understanding we have with the PCN, at least they've been managing, trying to give us 16, 17 hours light. Or better than what we used to have. If the government is doing it well, let us say it's doing it well. Better than what we used to have in the past years, where we have just 6 to 7 hours in a day. But now we're having 16, 17 hours. So we appreciate them. But if there is somehow, sometimes we will have some faults that will come. We just want to appeal to them again so that when you have faults, let them, try to rectify it quickly. Then we want to beg for the change of new transformers. I know this is not going through your channel, but we are working on it. New transformers are required in the entire market.
Okay, so what are the challenges you think are facing this market?
the challenges that we are facing in this market right now is about the eguns at Makoko, at Iwaya. We want to plead to the government that they should leave them. They should please, for God's sake, they should not destroy their homes. Now they are homeless, they don't have where to sleep. They can't come to the market to sell market, to buy market from us. The situation now is affecting our market right now, even this Nigeria, and we don't want it to be like that answers. We are praying to this country. Please, I beg government that they should leave them. Those are good, they normally live on the water. Please, I'm pleading to the government that they should please leave them. And those people at the wire, those ending of the wire, Makoko, most especially Makoko, I'm begging the government that they should please and leave them. Please, they should please. So I won't have much to say. That government should please and leave them for right now. So it is affecting the country now. So that.
Okay, sir. So in one word, what do you like about Ijora Fish Market?
What I like everything. Ijora Fish Market has made me. And where you made is where you like. Am I right? So.
Okay, Grandma, kí ni nǹkan tí ẹ fẹ́ràn nípa ọjà Ijora Market?
Tí n fẹ́ràn. Fún tí n fẹ́ràn ni pé tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ tó bá dé Ijora ọlọ́pàá wàá rówó mú lọ́dẹ torí kò wàá rà láta wàá ró ní tọ́kí wàá rí eréje kò sí tó lè mú lọ́dẹ kò sí ni. Àmọ́ Makoko ẹ̀gbin kan wọlé ẹ bá wa bẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́ máa wọlé wọn àtà o olè tó àìpé Makoko ọ̀hún gbóbẹ̀ ní bọ́ ẹ ṣe dé yìí ànídá yín lóhùn ẹ máa bá wọn tó fẹ́ rajà èrò máa pọ̀ kò séèyàn mọ́ ẹ jọ.
Okay, so sir, what do you like about Ijora Olopa Fish Market?
This Ijora is a very good market. If you do not have money, you come to Ijora Olopa. If your behavior is good, you will see people to give you money. So this Ijora is a very big market, and I have a lot of things to say about it. God even bless this Ijora, most especially in the whole Nigeria. This is the largest place we have in Nigeria that people comes, they can buy and sell. If you don't have money, you can easily move forward in this Ijora. So I'm still begging the government that they should leave people at Makoko. They should please, for God's sake, because one day everybody is going to die. So we don't want to die like a chicken or be homeless, you get. So the government should please, they should leave people from those people. When I went there about 2 days ago, when I see people there, the way they are living inside the boats, I was not happy. I was crying. In fact, I was not happy at all. Government should please, for God's sake, they should leave people from Makoko. They should please, for God's sake. So that's my work.
Mama, kí ni ohun má lè gbàgbé tẹ́lẹ̀ gbàgbé tínú yín máa ń dùn tẹ́ bá rántí tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí nínú ọjà?
Mo ti lè gbàgbé pọ̀ o. Mo rán wọn wè nínú bíi. Mo kọ́lé, mo tún ra ilẹ̀, mo tún ra mọ́tò, mo tún rán ọmọ lọ sí àìmọye Canada, ìlú òyìnbó. Mi lè gbàgbé láyé o.
What's your most memorable thing about that has ever happened to you in the market?
The love of God. And His mercies that endure us forever.
Despite its importance, despite being one of the major markets in Nigeria, Ijora Fish Market faced challenges over the years. The market has faced inadequate storage facility. Electricity remains a major challenge, though supply has improved from 6 to 7 hours to 16 to 17 hours daily. Traders still rely on generators and calls for new transformers to preserve seafood. For Ijora, power is not luxury, it is survival. According to Mr. Ainoa Dekoya, the rules that keep Ijora orderly: no fighting, no stealing, no harassment of customers, good conduct at all times, violence is heavily punished, fines can reach 200,000 naira, or offenders may be expelled. Traders also attend market meetings, pay dues, and participate in market prayer. Pastors and imams bless the market at least once a year, reinforcing both faith and unity. According to him, he said Ijora Fish Market is one of the widest, biggest and most populous fish markets in the Federation. Fish here comes from fishing trawlers in partnership with the market. Products sold at Ijora also supplies sisters markets as far away as Liverpool, Ajegule, Uyingbo, Oshodi and others across Lagos. Alhaja Ogidon Adeneji, Vice Iyaloja General, shares how the market celebrates seasonal festival, boosts sales and prays for prosperity, but then lament recently that the festival that they are all to have been seeing the results has also been beholden due to their largest customers who have been undergoing some demolition. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Alaja Silifat Ogunlesi.
So what do you sell in Ijora market?
I sell frozen fish, chicken, and shrimps.
So for how long have you been selling in this market?
It's almost 30 years now.
30 years?
Yes.
So walk us through the journey of how you started this your business.
The journey started with my mom's auntie. It was my mom's auntie that brought her into the business. So later, when I finished secondary school, I now joined my mom. So later, when my mom passed away, I continued the business.
So how has it been so far?
To God be the glory.
How do you survive in the market? What are the challenges?
Majorly, the challenge is NEPA supply. That's the major challenge we are facing in this market is the NEPA supply. Apart from that, sometimes the challenges vary from availability of market because it's seasonal. Like now, fish is available very well in the market. Sometimes it will be scarce, but to the glory of God, He has been sustaining.
So how do you source for this your fish? How do you get them?
Majorly, we buy from companies, from different companies. We buy from Cosmos, from Sea Gold, from ORC, and all that.
How do you then transport them from there, or is it the company that bring them down here?
We have transporters in the market. Whenever, after making payments, when the fish is available, they call us. So we send the driver there to go and collect on my behalf.
Okay, so now how do you know the price to sell a particular market, a particular fish?
It depends on the market. The market price, the company price determines. So after collecting from the company, we add the expenses. So that's what determines. After adding the expenses, then I'll now add my own gain.
So what is that memorable thing that has ever happened to you in the market?
Is it in a good form or?
Anyone. The good form, the bad form.
The memorable aspect is during the scarcity period. That is when we make more gain. You know, when supply is higher than demand. So that is when we get more gain. But the other side of it is when this period that we have. So even especially, Makoko, most of our buyers are Egu. So their homes have been destroyed. That is where they normally smoke fish too. So now you can see even the market that everywhere is there. So it's just the grace of God that is sustaining us.
So what is the reason why, or describe Ijora Fish Market in just a word?
Ijora Fish Market is a very good place.
According to ConsumerHallaTV, child of the first Iyaloja, reflects on the challenges traders face when major customers at this place. The displacement of Makoko residents in recent weeks was heavily affected sales as cauldron filled with unsold fish and livelihoods are threatening. Market leaders appeal to the government, emphasizing the mutual dependence between Ijora and Makoko. Without Makoko traders, the flow of trade across Lagos slows drastically. But isn't that strange? Strangely, one of Ijora Fish Market's largest customers is Makoko, a community long known for fishing along the African coast. Makoko traders now buy large quantities of fish from Ijora. Other traders also have things to say concerning sales, the challenges, the bills, the payments they have to pay. Even a woman who actually will bill most of our fishes to other states. Let's listen to what other traders in Ijora Fish Market also have to say concerning the market and also the challenges so far.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Orúkọ mi ni Mrs. Ọlásùnbọ̀ Àìná.
Kí ni ẹ̀ ń tà nínú ọjà?
Ẹja ni mò ń tà.
Àti tó ọdún mélòó tẹ́ ti ń ta ẹja nínú ọjà?
Ó ti pẹ́ nítorí ìdí ẹja ìlọ́bí mi sí.
So báwo lẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ journey yìí even though tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé inú ẹ̀ lọ́bí yín sí á ní bẹ́ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ báwo lẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀?
Mo lọ sí school, mo jáde school, mo ṣiṣẹ́ díẹ̀. So after iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe mọ́mì mi fẹ́ kúrò níbí èmi wá bọ́ sí ipò mọ́mì mi. So bí mo ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni over 35 years now tí mo ti wà nídìí iṣẹ́ ẹja.
So ṣé ẹ mọ ìtàn ráńpẹ́ kan nípa Ijora market?
Mo mọ̀ ìtàn ráńpẹ́ nípa Ijora market. Ijora market yìí nígbà tó kọ́kọ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó kọ́kọ́ ṣe kóòdù síbí àwọn tó ní àwọn Oòduà àwọn lọ́kọ́kọ́ ṣe kóòrùn sínú bíbá inú ọgbà yìí ni wọ́n ń lò. So wọ́n rẹ́ǹtì kóòrùn ní àwọn ìyá wa rẹ́ǹtì kóòrùn lọ́wọ́ wọn nígbà yẹn. Ibi báyìí ni the first jet ní Lagos State tó yẹ pé wọ́n máa ń já ẹja sí ọkọ̀ ẹja ó máa ń bà tí sọ́dọ̀ wọn bí báyìí so tí wọ́n máa ní. Ayé ìgbà yẹn kò tí ì di ẹja ò tí ì di oní báàgì inú pákó báyìí ni wọ́n máa ń gbé ẹja sí ní ọdún náà nígbà yẹn. So at times goes on gbogbo kan yí padà dúpẹ́ fọlọ́.
So kí ni àwọn ìpèníjà tí ẹ̀ ń dojúkọ nínú ọjà?
Ìpèníjà tá à ń dojúkọ nínú ọjà yóò pọ̀. Èkíní àwọn NEPA ni first problem wa ní ibi báyìí. Àwọn NEPA fún wa ní problem gan. Ẹ wò ń sin àníná. A dẹ̀ ń sanwó ná. Àwa là ń sanwó ná jù. So táyé NEPA bá ti múná lọ tó bá ti múná méjì jọ́ mẹ́ta lọ gbogbo ẹja máa ti rọ̀ ẹja máa ti bàjẹ́. Owó báǹkì dẹ̀ la fi ń ṣiṣẹ́. Báǹkì kò ní bá wa gbọ́ pé wọ́n múná lọ. A máa san interest owó wọn padà. So kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bá wa rí sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn NEPA yìí owó tó dẹ̀ fún gbà lọ́wọ́ wa ó ti pọ̀ jù. Àwa náà dẹ̀ là ń jìyà iná jù. Kán jọ̀ọ́ abẹ̀ wọn ni kọ́ bá wa jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ NEPA kó stable ní àgàgà wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé frozen food òun là ń tà pé iná gangan ni a ní ìdíkànjọ́ abẹ̀ wọn ni o abẹ̀ wọn ni kọ́ bá wa wá nǹkan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà nínú Ìjọra ọlọ́pàá yìí abẹ̀ wọn.
Kí ni ìpèníjà mìíràn ṣé yẹn nìkan ni ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dojúkọ nínú ọjà?
Ìpèníjà mìíràn tá a tún dojúkọ nínú ọjà wa ti wọ́n jù. Ẹja abẹ́yàn mú 1 million naira dání ó dàbí pépà nìkan lè fi ẹja. Kò ra 7 carton ẹja 1 million naira. Kò ra ẹja tí wọ́n jù. So ọmọ akọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti òkè àtàwọn òyìnbó tó ń gbé ẹja yìí wá fún wa. Ní kíjọba ti bá wa kọ́kọ́ rí sí wọn. Ká máa ta pálí ẹja kan 100+ 130. Èlò làágbọ́n wa ń rí lórí ẹ̀. Èèyàn mélòó ló lè avoid pé kí kóté tó yẹ kó máa fi ń gbá wọ́n máa fi ń wọ́n tọ́mọ ta ló máa jẹ kóté ta ló máa jẹ kóté àbí ta ló máa jẹ ṣáwá ó ti dowó láǹsìn. So látòkè ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan báyìí sí ló ti wọ́n kíjọba jọ kán bá wa rí sí i lọ́dọ̀ àwọn òyìnbó yẹn kán jọ ẹja tí wọ́n jù àwágùn àrèrè ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé business tá a mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ni òun ni a ṣe rárá manage díẹ̀díẹ̀ kọ́nà kó ṣàánú wa.
Èso ibo ni ẹ ti máa ń kó ẹja wọlé?
Ibi tá a ti máa ń kẹja wọlé Àpápá àwọn tó jẹ́ pé local fish tó yẹ pé jẹ́ alápò so tọ́pọ̀ bá ti bat sí Àpápá oríṣiríṣi wọ́n ní complain bẹ́ẹ̀ ibẹ̀ láti máa lọ kó but àwọn carton wọn àwọn òyìnbó yẹn wọ́n ní kó room sí everywhere so ọ̀dọ̀ wọn láti máa ń lọ rà.
So kò síbòmí lẹ́yìn àfi ibi ọ̀dọ̀ wọn yẹn.
Kò síbòmí rárá ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn òyìnbó yẹn láti rẹ̀.
So wọn ò wá sọ èdè tí ẹja fi máa ń wọ́n.
Wọn ò sọ jí o ẹ tó bá ti lọ́ wọn nífùnjú wọ́n máa yọ orúkọ ẹ̀ kúrò nínú àwọn tó ń gbọ́ ọjà ni so àdẹ̀ ní choice so ìjọba ní kó bá wa ṣe èyí tó jù níbẹ̀ kán jọ kán ṣàánú wa.
So nípa tí NEPA tẹ̀sán yẹn ẹni gbà mí ẹja máa ń bàjẹ́ báwo lẹ ṣe wá ń yí mọ́tẹ́ṣìṣì ń wà nínú òkú.
Nọ́nà mi a máa yí mọ́ náà ni kò sí kó àníbò mi àti ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé lóòótọ́ kò sí oní businessman or businesswoman tí kò kì í short so ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ni tó tún pé ẹ short kẹ kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe ẹ máa yí mọ́ náà ni tẹ bá wá gé nínú mi ẹ máa fi ń pàṣẹ ara wọn ni so àwọn banks tá à ń lò náà tá à ń yówó lọ́wọ́ àwọn náà mọ̀ so a máa fi ń yí mọ́ra wọn náà ni so àdúrà wa ni pé kọ́lọ́hún Elédùmarè ó bá kó sáwọn NEPA nínú.
Kí ni wọ́n má lè gbàgbé tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí nínú ọjà?
Ṣé sèmi àbí sọ́jà yìí ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ?
Ó lè jẹ́ méjèèjì.
Ayọ̀ ni mo rí nínú ọjà yìí so iná ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run bá nípa pé tó bá mú high voltage dé so tó bá gbaná àṣàdúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run so ayọ̀ náà ni ká máa rí àníròhùn ìbànújẹ́ mọ́ nínú ọjà yìí agbára.
So ṣọ́ọ̀bù yín dà?
Bíbá yìí ni ṣọ́ọ̀bù.
Ok, so ṣọ́ọ̀bù yín sì ṣe máa ń sanwó fún níbi tẹwà yìí?
A máa ń sanwó fún Nigerian Railways torílẹ̀ wọn là ń lò. Àwọn la máa ń sanwó fún.
Ok, so lẹ́yìn owó ṣọ́ọ̀bù tún sí nǹkan kan tẹ̀sí.
A máa sanwó lọ́mọ a máa sanwó local government a máa sanwó.
Nílò pẹ̀lú gbogbo bí ọjà.
Ó ti di dandan lọ́mọ máa dalẹ̀ ní ìjọba kò sọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lè jọba a máa sanwó lọ́mọ a máa sanwó lọ́ so kò sọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ilẹ̀ lágbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rọ ìwé ìjọba lórí gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń lò ti di dandan ká sanwó tá a bá sanwó fún ìjọba wa náà lè béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba kí ìjọba ṣe fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọlọ́jà so àwa máa sanwó fún wọn àwọn náà máa ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ wa náà fún wa a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà.
Kí ni ìdí tí ẹ fi fẹ́ràn ọjà ìjọra yìí?
Èyí tí mo fi fẹ́ràn ọjà ìjọra mo ń tà mo rà ibẹ̀ ni mo ti ń jẹ ibẹ̀ mo ti mú ibẹ̀ ni mo ti rán àwọn ọmọ ní school so mi ní option ó ti di dandan.
Let's walk through what is being sold in Ijora Fish Market. Let's see the beauty of this market itself. What many people don't realize is that Ijora Fish Market functions as an distribution hub. Fish from Ijora travels far beyond its immediate surroundings, reaching markets across the mainland and even neighboring states. It is not just a local market, it is part of Lagos' food supply chain. Ijora Fish Market has fed Lagos for decades, shaped lives, built fortunes, and surviving floods, power cuts, and shifting tides. But some of its most loyal customers no longer fish for themselves. Some people say Makoko people steal fish, but what they catch is mostly local fish. To meet demand, they reportedly buy imported and frozen fish from markets like Ijora and then resell across the Lagos and even beyond the Federation. Is this true, or is there more to the story? These claims are not written anyway. They are spoken quietly in corners of the market.
Good morning, ma.
Morning, my dear.
How are you?
Fine, I'm very fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
Madam Ruth is my name.
So what does Madam Ruth sells in the market?
We are selling fish, big fish. We are selling fish, chicken, every frozen food we are selling.
So walk us through that journey, how you started this business.
When I started this business in 1992,
little callback. I started it in very good, and the business was so slow because that time things were not like this. If I tell you my capital I used to start this business, you say wow. But now things are so hard. We cannot meet up the challenges, my sister. The little one we can be able to manage because of our children. We go when we buy any small little profit. We feed our children school. Our children go to school. In fact, my sister, no capital for us to sell again because the market we buy then 2,000 naira. Now we buy 150, 170,000 per one. It depends on how the market is. So it's too cost for us to even see capital now to move the business. My dear, it's very tough for us.
Okay, now you talked about the capital you use in starting the business then. Can you remember the capital then?
My darling, the capital then, if you have 10,000, you move very well.
So what can 10,000 naira buy now?
10,000 cannot even buy anything in the market. Talk less of buy half carton of our chicken, or even 1/4 fish that we sell now. You cannot buy anything.
So how then do you survive? How do you survive with everything being like this?
My darling, we still beg God, we cry. You can see today now, all of us sitting down since morning, I cannot say 1 naira. Because of what? The challenge we face, my sister, is too much. If I begin to break it down one by one, you will not live here.
Give us few.
Number one challenge we have, even as here that we are sitting down, since I don't understand why everywhere is being break the houses, some area, especially this our business, the people that they break their houses, they are 100 people, they are 100% people that buy in our market. Since last 3 weeks now, we don't even see them again because they break where they are living. They are not living because this our business is fish business. Some of them will buy, they will go and dry and they will sell in small market like that. So where they are living, where they are selling, where they are dry and then sell, and where they do, they break their house, scatter everywhere. No way for them to come. Many of them go back to their village, to their town. So we feel challenges very well this very January.
Okay, so now what keeps you moving? What still keeps you in check in business? What keeps you moving?
Well, I even cry. Now God will keep me moving because even when you go to even NEPA is another challenge we face in this market. NEPA don't give us joy at all. Even though they tell us we want to do this, we want to pay so amount, give us lights. If they give us light, we can be able to use the light because our market is light. Without light, we are nothing. So that challenge is even too much for us. That light is very, very important also.
So what's the memorable thing that's ever happened to you in this business or in the market?
You said?
What is that memorable thing that has ever happened to you or happened to you in this market?
Well, if I remember callback, especially this NEPA issue, we didn't face this NEPA issue before. But now, sometimes they will take light, they will not even inform you, will not understand what is the problem. So that challenge is too much. Before you know, all the market, maybe you borrow money and buy, everything will vanish in your hand. You remain square one, you now start afresh. In fact, the challenges is too much.
In one word, describe Ijora market. What does Ijora, why do you like Ijora market?
Well, since I start the business, I cannot move here and there. It's like my mama tell me a parable that if you want to sell this, face that thing, let that thing understand you, then you understand that thing. Since I start the fish business, I learn and I understand. I cannot go here and there. I still stand and say, for this fish business, I will make it.
We have our fish, we have tilapia, we have oboku, we have different kinds of fish. If you want to buy fish, come to Ijora Olokpa to come and buy your frozen and seafood. God bless you.
We flat it when we flirt it, we can flirt it to Abuja. Some people come from Kano, Abuja. So anybody that wants to buy kuta, they should come to Ijorolokpa. So we normally flirt it like this. You see, we start from the extreme end. So we flirt it like this. You see, it's very easy. So this parakuta, anybody that wants to buy it, you can see the way we are flirting it here. So it's very easy, and it's one of the best fish. This parakuta, anybody that wants to buy it, come to Jorolokpa.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Shola Ahmed.
So what do you...
People know me to be Afa Ahmed Samaga in the market.
So what do you sell apart from fish?
I sell chicken. That's Cotonou, Orobo, turkey, gizzard. Then I sell backfish and loose fish. We call this fish loose fish. So we have the different categories. We have Chinos, Barracuda, then we have Poker.
Okay, so now this fish is very big.
Chinos. So we sell it per kg. So any size you want, we have it here. We have the smaller size, we have the medium and the bigger ones. So we have it. We have this one too in bag too. Then we have the one of the other products like Coca. We have it in big size like this, and we have it in bags too. So different price.
People buy this per kg.
We buy this, we sell it per kg.
So what are the challenges selling this particular big fish?
There's no much challenges like that, except the issue I have is light. Light, that's in Nepal, that's the only issue I have here. If there is light here, we are safe with this fish.
Okay, so what's the name of the fish inside water?
So we call it Owere, red pack, Owere. So we have the local ones, we have the imported one, we have the local ones, we have the imported. This one is imported.
So apart from light, light is just the major issue.
Major issue, yeah. That's our major. So like this one now, where is that one? One that table is Coca. So we call it fresh Cocas. We have the sap one, we have the big ones too.
So everything is per kg?
No, this one we sell it per bag. This one, the bag of shoes, it's because of the price. When you come here, we give you the better price. But we have the bigger one, we sell it per kg too. But we have other products. We have egg, we have Titus, we have Osmark, that's Cote. Then we have tilapia. So the major challenges we have on all this is light. So that's it.
Thank you very much, sir.
But today, one question refused to go her way. Why is Makoko, a community known for fishing, now one of the biggest buyers of fish in Nigeria? Do they still fish? If they do, why buy imported fish from other markets? And what really happened to the water that once defined their livelihood? Some say the answers are simple, others say the truth is far deeper. Watch closely, because in the marketplace, stories don't always end where they begin. And in the Makoko edition, so many questions lingering unresolved and answers that only the Makoko edition can reveal. Watch closely and stay curious, because in the marketplace, the truth is always deeper than it seems. This is In the Marketplace, and this is ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, Your Brand Experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiencing.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofe Koforola, and you know what? They call me the AUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing, and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AUF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers, and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that's so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy Awoof packages. Peace.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHalla TV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market. From the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHalla TV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handle on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brands and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. And that is why at ConsumerHalla TV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Ovenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHalla TV, we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind if it's just a jealous person.
Oh,
It's new movie release, updates, and good evening and welcome to the news highlights on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Kikelomo Ajibola. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended. Please let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. evening and welcome to the news highlights on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Kike Lomo at Jibola. The first highlights this evening, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended the Bank of Industry for disbursing 636 billion naira to businesses in 2025, describing the figure as the highest annual financing volume in the institution's history. And now, Flour Mills of Nigeria has officially unveiled the 5th edition of its annual prize for innovation, introducing a strategic roadmap to revolutionize Nigeria's cassava value chain through a combination of high-impact funding and corporate mentorship. Away from that now, the federal government has moved to deepen its partnership with Singapore on technical and vocational education and training, with plans to introduce a 2-year diploma in artificial intelligence applications across Nigerian institutions. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has said that about 99% of depositors in Nigerian banks are fully covered under its enhanced deposit insurance scheme, assuring the public of the safety of their funds. Another major highlight this evening, the National Identity Management Commission has announced that it will commence nationwide ward-level enrollment for the National Identification Number, NIN, on Friday, 16/2026. The federal government's ambitious plan to provide stable electricity to federal universities and tertiary hospitals has suffered a major setback following the non-release of funds located in the 2025 budget. Newsman reported this. Moving on now, Ikeja Electric PLC has issued a public notice informing 8 customers that electricity bills issued without valid identification details will be considered invalid in line with the provisions of the Nigeria Tax Act 2025. The Nigeria Customs Service has assured onion farmers and export-focused stakeholders of the service's commitment to removing non-tariff barriers to boost the onion sector valued at 1.17 trillion naira. The executive chairman of the Nigerian Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, says technology is a crucial factor in the implementation of the new tax law. Now on to banking sector. The United Bank for Africa PLC has introduced a new aggregator sales structure for its Red Pay or POS and agency banking network, aiming to strengthen its relationships with partners and promote greater financial inclusion throughout Nigeria. Here in Lagos State, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Olorun Dare Jimo, on Wednesday said plans were underway to establish police desks in all state-owned hospitals and tertiary institutions across the state. Lastly, this evening, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has urged local and foreign investors to harness the state's solid minerals potential and invest in the state. All right, thank you so much for joining the news through today at ConsumerHalla TV, and thank you so much for listening to the news highlights on ConsumerHalla TV. To stay connected and see us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock a.m., please follow us across all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube, all at ConsumerHalla TV. I am Kike Lomo at Jibola. Good night.